Okay, team, we're gonna try to keep it short and sweet today. Listen, we've been quarantined for a while. A lot of us across the planet. Woo, I'm about ready for it to be over myself. Here's the message today. So I've seen a lot of people, a little more than normal, getting a little hostile on social media. The hostility's cranking up a little bit. You know, we post something every now and then, something we believe in. And, those 12.5 people, the normal people, they'll tune in. On somebody makes a post, they tune in. The same 12.5 come in. Oh, yeah, man, exactly. That's what I believe also. Oh, this 13th person comes in, gives his or her point of view. It's not what the first 12.5 feel. Woo! Man, stop the freaking presses. Break out the flamethrower. Burn them to the ground. Just shred them. Put them in the freaking shredder like Fargo. Chew them to pieces. Eve, man, some can't cuss them out. Rip them up. Whoa, man. Light bulb moment for everybody. It don't matter what we're talking about in most cases. About 50-50 of the country, our country, most other countries, we have different opinions. And I know sometimes there's social media trolls. First off, before I forget, I want to talk about the main challenge today. I want us to use this little phone of ours and social media for service media. This ties in really well with what I'm talking about right here. If we would use this to serve others a little more graciously, even when people don't agree with you. Now, if they're radical trolls, that's a different story. But sometimes people just like, I don't quite agree with what so-and-so posted, so I'm going to comment on it. Like if you had a talk show and you had so-and-so on that doesn't agree with you and they're on your show. Let's say your Facebook page, your Instagram page is your show. You gonna burn them to the ground and just grind them into the dirt and throw them in the shredder and just make them into mulch? No, you're gonna try to have an hour-long show. Maybe you got 3 guests today. You got 20 minutes each. You're going for 20 minutes. You're gonna try to have some gracious back and forth. It can be fun. It can be even a little aggressive sometimes. But you're not gonna put them in the shredder. You're not gonna burn them to the ground and leave them in the ashes and then kick them off to the side. No. And I know every now and then there's a subject that just really and truly you'd think that 99% of us or 100% of us would agree on. But most things, folks, it's gonna be 50-50. It could be the Clinton, the Bushes, the Obamas, the Trumps, all of our former presidents. Look at it. We're almost pretty much 50-50 down the middle, But boy, most people think, well, that's crazy. You should all believe exactly what I believe. Well, I'm smart enough to know that I've got my opinions, but I'm perfectly okay living in a world where, depending on how I believe in something, that there's going to be a large percent of people that see it differently. I can coexist with those people. Wow, that's a novel concept. I can coexist with them without burning them to the ground on my what should be service media page. So that's the challenge. I want you to look at this little phone of yours as service. How you can use it to serve others. Now, some people say, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm kicking out my facts. And if you don't agree with my facts, I'm going to tear you to pieces because I'm trying to serve others. Really and truly, you're just trying to serve everybody that already agrees with you lock, stock, and barrel. So are you really serving them? Sometimes if you really believe in something, the best politicians out there, and not many of them, the best politicians out there are the best leaders are really good at graciously, and it takes time and grace sometimes. Big point there. Big point, time and grace. It takes time and grace sometimes to help somebody see your point of view. And when they realize that, this so-and-so is not going to burn me to the ground if I bring up my point of view. That's a good leader right there. When other people see you as somebody that they can speak honestly, I'm going to be honest with this guy right now, girl. I'm going to tell him how I feel. And wow, he didn't come back and burn me to the ground. You create a relationship right there. You might even sway somebody's opinion. You could sway somebody's opinion. That's a novel concept. So I'm just saying, sometimes just put the once upon a time in Hollywood, Leonardo, he needed to break out the flamethrower then, because you know what was really hitting the fan. But most of the time, you can leave the flamethrower in the garage, the little pool house. You don't need to burn everybody to the ground. So service media, I want us to use our phones, social media for service media. That's my challenge. And just think about it sometimes. It's a good day to be alive, everybody. Life is still good and beautiful. And grace and time. Think about that one. That's another bullet point for today. Grace and time. How can you use grace and time to serve others? And you might even get people to realize where you're coming from with your point. So you got a lot of great points out there, folks. Sometimes it's how you present, how you respond. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Be good.